Sarah Ayeku, TVC News, Isako West.
Amaewhule Koro and Joseph Konde are both in Benin City. They join me now for more on this development ahead of the Saturday election. Uche, what's Benin like hours to election day?
Also in the town is at its peak, I must say. I want to believe that people are trying to make last-minute attempts to get to their polling units, or last-minute attempts to get to their various local government areas, or last-minute attempts to travel out of the state for those who don't intend to vote or intend to travel. I think people are also making last-minute attempts to stock up, to go to the market, to buy things, to keep in their fridge and all of that. So the town, the activity here is at its peak. I think I experienced, so far, throughout my stay in Edo State, in Benin City, I experienced the worst level of traffic, heavy traffic in Benin City today. Trying to make our way from where we passed the night to the venues of different events, to the INEC office, and I'm just moving around the town has been very hectic. Traffic has been very heavy. So it tells you that people are people are very aware of what's going to happen tomorrow. The countdown is very much on. The clock is ticking. Any moment now, people know that they will have a new governor in Edo State. So the town is really alive, I must say. The town is very much alive.
I understand it's rush hour to beat the curfew between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. tomorrow. The police personnel are expected to have been deployed by now. What's the security infrastructure like within the metropolis?
Security men have been deployed. You know that, of course, especially to the riverine local government areas in Edo State, those security personnel have long ago been deployed. Mind you, you'll recall that in the movement of sensitive materials, we are also escorted by security personnel, while others have also been deployed. And very early tomorrow morning, for those local government areas that are easily accessible, many of them would also be deployed first thing tomorrow morning. The police and the electoral umpire are hoping that all of this would encourage people to come out to cast their votes, because there's been a lot of security concerns, and they are hoping that with all the assurances, with all their deployments, all their sensitizations and words of reassurances to the people, this would encourage them to come out. But I'd like to just point out something. There's been a lot of talk in the town about people can't wait to cast their votes, right? The civil society have said that there's no cause for alarm as regards expectant apathy. INEC has also said the same. But we need to also recall that in 2016, we had about 1.9 million registered voters in Edo State. In 2020, we had 2.2 million registered voters. And now we have about 2.6 million registered voters. Even though we've experienced a steady climb in the figures since 2016, it would also surprise you to hear that Edo State has never recorded up to 50% turnout of registered voters for elections. So these are some of the things that some of us will be watching out for, to see if indeed this increase in number of names on the voter register this time around will translate to number of persons who would actually come out to get accredited to vote. Then again, we're here of course, from my observation so far and from word on the streets, people are ready to come out tomorrow to cast their votes in Edo State.
Senior correspondent Amaewhule Koro live for us in Benin City. Joseph Konde joins me now, also from Benin. I'm sure you've spoken with residents where you are. Do you feel the same optimism ahead of the election tomorrow?
Around, they have in high spirits, very optimistic. And it's more or less like the same tale, I must say, talking about even the security operatives as well. Earlier today, I had an opportunity of combing the town and, of course, and some other vicinities around Edo State, particularly areas like Mkoko, a border community of of cocoa and, of course, others as well. And it was really, really telling, when you look at these places and then you see that everybody's looking forward to what's going to be happening tomorrow. And the beauty of the whole thing is we have virtually all of the places that you go to. You have the presence of security agencies, the Army, the Navy, of course, even the Air Force as well, not forgetting the ones on ground, the police. Earlier on as well, I also had an opportunity of talking to a number of them, police officers, and they were really, really upbeat. Let's not forget that tomorrow is going to be a curfew from 6 a.m. to about 6 p.m. Of course, not like the usual way we normally have 6 to 2 or 6 to 4. It's going to be 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow. So that it means that nobody's going to be moving around when you're not authorized to move around. So yes, everybody's looking forward to having a good time tomorrow in terms of going to ensure their franchise at the polls.
How are stakeholders reacting to the ongoing distribution of sensitive and non-sensitive election materials to the wards?
The observers of those political parties, they were right on ground when those things are happening. And yes, none of them had any reason to have any complaints of any sort because they saw the things as they were coming through from INEC to the collection center to other places. And yes, it was a testament of how serious INEC is going about this business of the election tomorrow. And the major thing happens to be the synergy, not just about the military, the security now, but even the political observers as well. And in fact, you'll be wondering, are these things from the same political party just because of the way they are flowing? It just shows that this is something that everybody, particularly political parties and electorates, are really looking forward to this time around. Remember that those states have their own share of having issues when it comes to elections. That's why, obviously, we're having an off-cycle. So they're trying to see how they can get things right. And the mood and everything that I can see in the state, I can tell you that, yes, it's going to be great tomorrow.
Thank you, Joseph, for the update there. Stay safe, and we'll get back to you when you have more for us. We'll return with more stories after this break. Stay with us.
And cable, great quality, now with the new look.
Experience information and entertainment like never before as TVC Breakfast takes your weekends to a whole new level. Introducing TVC Breakfast Weekend Edition, your ultimate source of thrilling sports updates, insightful political analysis, and captivating entertainment news. Stay in the know with what's trending. Catch up with the latest in sports and immerse yourself in the latest buzz from the world of music and movies. Your weekends are no longer just days off, but moments packed with knowledge, excitement, and enjoyment. TVC Breakfast Weekend Edition, only on TVC News.
A reminder of our top stories on TVC News at 7. Inspector General Police Kayode Egbetokun orders restriction of movement in Edo State ahead of governorship election tomorrow. Court dismisses suit seeking to replace Martin Amaewhule and 26 others in the Rivers State House of Assembly for lacking in merit. 12 dead, dozens injured after Israel's military carried out a targeted strike on Lebanese capital Beirut. And in sports, the countdown to Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois, his IBF title showdown intensifies. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has dismissed a suit instituted against the 27 members of the River State House of Assembly. The suit seeking to replace the 27 lawmakers on account of their alleged defection to another political party was dismissed for lacking in merit. Justice Peter Lifo, who delivered the judgment, held that the suit instituted was statute barred, having not been filed within 14 days allowed by law. While the alleged defection by Martins Amaewhule and 26 others was said to have been carried out in December 2023, the petition filed the case on July 12th, a period of 8 months after the course of action emanated. Justice Lifo also held that the case was gross abuse of court process on the ground that several suits on the alleged defection of the same 27 lawmakers have been adjudicated upon by the Federal High Court.
27 lawmakers.
What has been said about the issue of defection? 27 of us in the State House of Assembly never defected to any other party. We were elected under the platform of the People's Democratic Party, and we never defected. Everything we have seen is being sponsored by similar Ifubara, the governor of River State, to remove us from office because he cannot withstand the rule of law. He does not want to govern under the tenets of our democracy.
There is obvious and manifest miscarriage of justice in what happened in the court today. We are going to appeal.
We are not meddlesome interlopers. As a political party registered in Nigeria, we have interest in that seats that are declared vacant, so that when INEC declares them vacant, they will ask for elections. And now the political party, my client, will have the opportunity to vie.
And now to Borno State, where Governor Babangida Zulum has commended